preventing injuries. Like if you were to fall down or, move wrong, right? You're not going to, hurt something, break something. You're, going to be a little bit to absorb that pain a little bit better, and that break. It's just going to help with preventing that injury. And if you look at Tom Brady, I think that's part of the reason why he's so successful at breaking a lot of age barriers in the NFL is because, one, he has a strict diet, but also he focuses heavily on flexibility and pliability. A lot of the time, in the NFL, you got a lot of guys trying to lift a lot of weights and get stronger, and instead of trying to build strength, he's trying to build flexibility and pliability. That way, again, if he gets hit, he's going to be better able to absorb that impact. He's going to be able to maybe bend a little bit different, if that makes sense. He's not as brittle when he gets hit. So, and he attested to it. Like, he started that stuff in 2014. He had an elbow injury, and he started doing this pliability, flexibility, diet change, and I mean, that was several years ago, and now, since then he's won, 3-4 Super Bowls. So, I mean, he's definitely been successful at it. So that's just something to take away is stretching can and prevent injuries, but also add in, help improve your circulation. So that's something I added. Like I said, I never really did that before, but it's something that I've added to my schedule. So stretching, extremely important, but also something that I've added as well as an active recovery day. So, to be honest with you, I might exercise 5 or 6 days a week. Like I said, I now try to take that rest on that Sunday. But, if you like to keep moving, which I do, something that you can kind of have as an active recovery day, so instead of just sitting on the couch, again, I don't like just sitting on the couch, so this is kind of where I really implemented this. Instead of exercising, kind of have an active recovery day where maybe you just go for a walk. Maybe it's not an exercise. You're just, hey, I'm going to go for a fun family bike ride. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to, go for a, whatever. You're just going to go in the pool and swim with your family. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, just to have an active recovery day where maybe you're not just sitting on the couch. You can, and maybe this one day you do just sit on the couch and just chill. But maybe that second day, like if you're going to exercise 5 days a week, that one day you're going to have an active recovery day where you're walking, you're kind of that low impact, moving and stuff like that, yoga, stretching, walking. Then that second day, whatever. You either have another active recovery day throughout the week or back to back, or just have a day where you're just completely, I am going to sit down and binge some Netflix series or whatever. Just whatever you do, just I think be consistent at it. I think having an active recovery day is also going to help out. That way it's not as brutal from going from sitting to then going out and running or something. So having active recovery, having stretching, I think if you have both of those in your weekly, daily, especially stretching, I think if you add that, you're going to see a wonderful, you're going to feel better. It's something for active recovery and stretching, having both of those throughout my week and day is extremely beneficial. I feel way better knowing, hey, I'm just going to keep moving regardless if I'm exercising or not. I'm just going to keep moving and watching what I eat and see, so that way, exercise isn't as important as, hey, I'm still moving, I'm still getting in my steps and I'm getting in my movement. I'm also watching what I'm eating and I'm stretching, and I just feel so much better at the end of the day. I know at nighttime, hey, I actually feel loose, I feel good. And it helps with the sleep. So it's kind of like a circle, right? I'm just going to keep going around and around and kind of building up on each snowball effect, right? The more I stretch, the more limber I am, the better circulation I have, the better I feel, the better I can rest, the better I can sleep. It kind of builds up on each other. Then in addition to that, another habit that I've picked up, and I've talked about this before, is the hydration. Hydration might be the most important, or right behind sleep as being the most important, right? Because it can help, again, prevent injuries because, again, you're hydrated, your muscles and your tissues and everything is hydrated. And then it also boosts heart and brain and health function and joint and muscle function. Soft tissue injuries can occur while being dehydrated, or at least a lack of hydration. Maybe you're not dehydrated, but you're at least a lack of hydration. And I think that's how I hurt my arm is, we were playing, 3 hours of basketball and not just shooting around playing pig. We were playing full court basketball. running around, and then we decided to go and mess around and do bench press. And so I if you're dehydrated, right, you're more, or again, lack of hydration, you're more have the soft tissue tears, and so I think that's what happened to me. Is might have been dehydrated, might have been a lack of hydration, and I went to go lift a weight, and that's how I got hurt, right? That's how I tore my pectoral muscle. So I think we really need to focus on hydration. And I know I talked about before where, like, in the morning, is what Tom Brady does, and I stole it because I like it. Also found out Craig Rochelle does the same thing. I just listened to one of his podcasts, and that's what he said he does. And he wakes up and drinks. He says he drinks an insane amount of water every morning. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means like 20, 30 ounces. That's what Tom Brady says, which is a good amount of water. So maybe he is 20, 30 ounces of water. But he says that really helps him kickstart his day and feel energized for the rest of the day. Kind of sets him on the right path. I like to look at it like, for me, I'm hydrating my body and I'm hydrating my soul while I'm reading my Bible, and doing kind of both of those things simultaneously. So hydration is key. On top of hydration, I also drink a liquid IV every day. The lemon lime flavor, I'm not gonna lie, it's phenomenal. I love it. You just add it to a water bottle. Great flavor, but also it boosts your hydration. It allows, like, it's called CTT technology, where like it opens up your cells for additional hydration. So drinking one is like drinking three, and so and plus it's delicious. So highly recommend Liquid IV. Not a sponsor. Wish they were. That'd be kind of cool. And then Gatorade Zero. I was kind of against Gatorade for a long time, just because it's full of sugars, and you really, it's only beneficial if you're really, really intensely exercising or playing a sport. But then Gatorade Zero, I was like, all right, I'm sold on it. So I like Gatorade Zero. So Gatorade Zero, drink Liquid IV on top of a bunch of water, right? So I drink 20 to 30 ounces of water right out of the gate. And then I'd probably drink so much more water, probably half my body weight in ounces, and at least, probably more than that, in water. So highly recommend doing that. It's going to help you with the recovery, prevent injuries. Obviously, on top of the hydration that I do, I also have the vitamins, but we talked about that last week. So if you guys have questions about the vitamins, always reach out, do your own research, or listen to last week's episode. And then other techniques that others use, and there's a lot of other recovery techniques out there. Yoga is even considered like just doing yoga, can help with recovery and stretching. There's breathing exercises to help kind of relax your mind and your muscles. Then there's and also can strengthen your lungs. There's a lot of popular methods like the ice bath or cold showers to help increase your heart rate. It helps with inflammation. It can boost your metabolism. A sauna is extremely helpful with cardiovascular health, blood inflammation, or body inflammation. It's also kind of a good trick of keeping your heart rate increased after an exercise. So that's one reason why I like doing the sauna, is where, so let's say you get done with a run and you're stretching out and everything, and your heart rate's still like in the 90s and 100s. You pop back into the sauna, and it really is going to kick your heart rate right back up, depending on how long you do, and kind of get that extra sweat going again. So it's kind of a way to kind of kickstart some of that extra heart and some of those extra calories, is by just kind of sticking in the sauna. So highly recommend that. There's a lot of other techniques out there as well that you can use. I'd say just do your own research on some of that stuff, or if you have questions, maybe the sauna's been the one. I've done the cold showers, and I've not done the ice bath. That seems just like extra torture, but there's other ways to help with your body inflammation and really recovery. And that's what I've been able to run, 5-6 miles a day. When I exercise those 5-6 days, I can run usually 5-6 miles during that time, and might add in some extra, body weight exercises on top of that. So it helps me recover. It helps me to be able to do that every single time. Now, whether I'm fast or whether I'm slow, that might be a little different, but at least I'm able to kind of get through those. So that's really it for today's episode. Recovery is extremely important to your overall health, and especially, again, if you're looking to physically transform, it's going to help you. But adding in any one of these elements is also going to help you emotionally with recovery and transforming, and spiritually as well, right? If you're actually resting and listening to what kind of God says to us, that's extremely important, right? So you're going to feel physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally more in tune, better, and maybe even transformed. So as always, if you guys have your own recovery methods or techniques and you want to reach out and share them with me, or message me on Instagram. My username is REV_McMullen94. So other than that, have a great week. Reach out if you guys need anything. God bless.